Hey, Jonas.
Hey, Justin.
Um, so I guess we're doing this video because we wanted to share a bit about Make It Rain. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
We thought we'd just record a little video talking about why we're excited about it and what's it all about. Um, so yeah, why don't you kick us off? Why are you excited about doing this together?
Mm. Um, to be honest, and I think this is kind of an important reason, it's like I like working with you. And that's kind of one of the big things that I am taking away from, I think, all of my experiences of being, for example, in the micro solidarity network and working on like collaboration, like working on social change in collaboration, is just finding the people, yeah, like finding meaningful work with people you love. And there's an art to, I think, finding those people, and also an art to how you can actually do meaningful work together. And I think we've really enjoyed exploring that. We've created the Micro Solidarity Summer Camp, co-designed that together with Rich and Uta and Dan just this year. And we've also run some workshops together when we were at a residency last year in Bergerac. And just this like learning how, like through our learning of how we've built up gradually into more and more like larger risk projects and bigger projects and deeper collaborations, has been an important journey. And I've noticed there's a lot to actually share about how we can generate meaningful works together with people we love. So this is one of my inspirations here, is like sharing that with more people and connecting us all together in a way that we have the ways, the practices, the structures to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
Or maybe something resonates from what I've said that you want to riff
Ah,
off.
yeah, it resonates a lot. I'm also really excited that especially the two of us get to do this together. It's feels really like a big privilege. And also I've just noticed like how I've over the last few years gotten more and more involved in contexts where it's gotten progressively easier to do things that feel really meaningful and that feel like they can really make a difference in the world. I used to like kind of overthink a lot and be like, ah, shit, what's the exact right thing to do right now? Like, how can I be most effective, and like, kind of make big elaborate plans and then not end up doing much.
Mm.
And through being involved in contexts where people just reflect back to me what I'm good at, and where that gets amplified, um, and where there's kind of a close connection about, or where we're in conversation about our grief for what's happening in the world, and the values that inform that grief, and yeah, the kind of work that we would like to see. It's just become more and more obvious what the right thing to do is, and it's become more easy to stay in the discomfort of doing something new and challenging because I've got people around me that are there with me, and yeah, we can support each other. Like the two of us have done that a lot. Just called each other up, like, oh, I'm having a hard moment right now. Um, Please remind me of why I'm doing this and what I'm good at. And I feel like that's such a valuable thing to do, and I just want that for more people. And I think we need that for more people if we want to, yeah, create a world that works for all life and that doesn't kind of decay further and further. And yeah, it's a joyful thing for me to be working like this, and I feel like um, sharing that with others and supporting others um, to have a similar experience. Yeah, yeah. How, who are you especially excited about inviting into this and serving with this offering?
Mm-hmm. I could share that. I just want to share an image that came to me
Yeah.
first, or the image that keeps coming back to me around this, what you're saying is of like, you wrote about this in your newsletter, about Make It Rain, like why we chose this title is because this cloud of possibility that's within us all, it sometimes needs more raindrops around it to condense enough for something to precipitate. And so there's this sense of like, how can we like make an intentional space where we can precipitate together and like make it rain, like literally like putting these droplets of potential form into something real and actual.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
a
Thanks for
easy
bringing back that
way.
image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, who? I mean, I've really enjoyed working recently. I think this works very well for people who are already like nodal people in a community. So, for example, together with Nikki Endres and Carl Steyart and Felipe, I forgot Felipe's surname right now. That's sad. Yeah. Last year we ran the Berlin Micro Solidarity Project, and it was just such a joy to bring people from different nodal points of Berlin, nodal community people, together and deepen a practice together. And those people. They're often people who have like a project in mind, or they're connected with a lot of people, and they want to somehow support their local community or network to deepen, either with a practice or with what can we mean for each other, or developing some kind of social change project. You might also be someone who is a convener or a facilitator of events, or you're wanting to somehow deepen the impact that you can make when you bring people together, um, or you have a specific project in mind that you haven't tried anything towards. Maybe you don't have a connection, but you just have this project and you know you want to make it, and you want to know, how can I find this? How can I create a network to bring this idea and this reality to life? That could also be that could also be you. Yeah. Do you have anything
Yeah.
to add there, Jonas? Or
No, that's like spot on. It's as you were talking, I was like, yeah, right. If you're that person, please reach out. It would be a joy to work with you. Yeah. Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe you want to share, Jonas, like how we're going to do this. What's the kind of
Yeah.
program structure? What can people expect?
Yeah. Absolutely. We've now talked a lot about like kind of how we imagine social change working ideally, or like our approach to it. There's a caveat though. We're not going to teach you that. We're not going to like give you advice on how to do that. We believe that you already know how to do that. And what we're here for in this, or what we're trying to do with this offering, is create a space where you can see your answers to the challenges that you're facing, and gain clarity on what's most important to you about this right now, and what's the next step that you can take. Like that's within your sphere of influence. That's an image that you, Jocelyn, have been really kind of bringing to my attention. Like there's a sphere of concern, like the whole world for some of us. We're concerned with the state of the world. And then there's a sphere of influence where we can act. And if we try to act outside of our sphere of influence, it gets really frustrating. But if we start kind of focusing our attention in the sphere of influence, then it starts to grow slowly. And that's the kind of thing we want to do here, is to support you to see like what are the small next things that you can do to create those communities of belonging around you and strengthen them, and take bold action together. And that means there's 8 sessions. First one, we're gonna do some visioning, set some kind of intention for the whole program. What do you want to use that support for? And then in each subsequent session, you will get the chance to get coached by either Jocelyn or me, and to witness others getting coached. And the purpose of that is really to summon the collective intelligence of a group, and to learn from each other's learning processes, so that at the end of each session you leave with like an idea of what to do next, and some more insight into your motivations, and maybe also how you've been holding yourself back. Like what narratives have you been subscribing to that have made it harder to take action with ease, and not feel like, oh, I should be doing this, or I need to, or if I don't, who else will? Like some of these stories they're very, very familiar for me, and when I'm present to those, usually it doesn't go so well. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. In between, there's going to be a lot of other stuff. Like you get a chance to have one-on-one sessions with us, and get peer support, and we're going to have a group chat, and just be like a time-bound community of support for each other. And yeah, we really want you to get that be in that context of support for these 8 weeks. So you can kind of go out into the world and do your thing.
Nice one. I think that's great. I mean, there's a lot of information on our website, and maybe you want to share about where else to get more info and next steps.
Yeah. If this is at all interesting to you, I would encourage you to check out the program website. We'll link it in the video description somewhere. There's a lot of kind of information about the specifics. Also, if you find it interesting, but you're not quite sure about whether this is the right thing for you or this is the right moment in your life, or you have any questions at all, you can also head to the website. There's a button to book a 15-minute consultation with me, and it's completely free. And we just want to make sure that we don't sell you something you don't need. We only want you to join this if it's the right thing for you. And if it's not the right thing for you, we're happy to support you to find the support that you need at this moment, to connect you with some other resources that are in our field. And so if this resonated with you, feel free to check that out. It would be a pleasure to see you at Make It Rain session with the first one on the 17th of October.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It'd be lovely
Nice.
to see you there and lovely to hear from you. Should we round it off there, Jonas?
Yeah, let's round it off.
Cool.
Thanks for
All
talking about this. Ciao, ciao.
right.